Sometimes I just sit and think about life, and this channel is an extension of that. This is the second video in the discussion on, or my thoughts on, humans using human framework to disprove things. And that brings me right to my second topic, the second point in this, which is human framework cannot fully define divinity. These are my thoughts on that, right? I honestly don't like people using human limitations to disprove transcendence, and I really want to be careful here because I'm not making a religious argument. I am making an epistemological one. I'm saying the logic doesn't hold. Using the boundaries of human experience as the final word on what can or cannot exist is not the rational position people think it is. Let's start with time. Humans invented systems to help measure it. Seconds, minutes, calendars, clocks. We build those tools because our mind experience existence synchronously. One moment, then the next. That's how we're wired, from the baby to the adult, from the baby to the toddler, to the infant, to the toddler, to the school age, to the adolescence, to the teenager, to the young adult, to the adult, to the mid synchronous order. We like to put things in line so we understand it. That's how our brain works, right? But time as we're experiencing is not the same as time as it is. Like the way we experience time is not the same as other things in creation. Einstein showed us that time bends with gravity and speed. At the edge of a black hole, the time slows to a near stop. In quantum mechanics, causality itself gets strange. Effects can precede cause under certain conditions. Just because humans experience existence through time doesn't mean all existence is bound by time. Human senses detect a narrow slice of reality. We can't see ultraviolet lights. We can't hear most of what's happening in a room. Our brains doesn't even process the world in real time. You know, when you're experiencing something and then you go home and then all of a sudden you're relaxing and it comes back and you're just like, oh, wow, that really did happen. Or just any experience in life, you just experience it later or before. Sometimes it's anxiety. It comes in forms of, fear and worry. Our brains are amazing. Our brain doesn't even process the world in real time. There's a slight delay and then it reconstructs. And then it reconstructs what just happened. We're not direct recorders of reality. We are interpreters of a very limited signal. So when someone says, I can't measure it, so therefore it doesn't exist, I want to ask, measure it with what? That's not a neutral methodology. It's a very specific lens being held up as the only lens. And here's what gets me. That position, if I can't measure it, it can't exist. That itself is a belief. It's a philosophical thing, not a scientific finding. The universe itself admits mystery. Dark matter, dark energy, the origin of consciousness, the question of why something rather than nothing. Why is the universe allowed to hold mysteries, but humans aren't? Maybe the most honest thing we can say about transcendence is we don't have the tools to rule it out. And that's a very different stance that it doesn't exist. I want to hear your thoughts on my thinking through this. I have a prompt or two. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Does accepting mystery feels like faith to you or just intellectual honesty? Talk to me nice. See you in my next video.